What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I am here with my review for Season 3, Episode 15 of Black Lightning on the CW. If you have not seen this episode yet, come on back, because there will be spoilers. I am sorry for the delay in this video, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you follow me on social media, which you should be doing, you know what I'm saying, you subscribed here, so why don't you follow me on Twitter and Instagram? It's right down there. You know I was in Chicago, my hometown, for the Chicago Comic Entertainment Expo, C2E2. And I was doing a lot of coverage there, a lot of interviews, which I will have out soon. But also I was doing a bunch of stand-up shows in and around the city. So I didn't get a chance to knock this out. I got back to Los Angeles. It is Thursday now. I got back to Los Angeles yesterday, early morning, and my day was still busy. So I didn't get a chance to record the video like I wanted to have it out. So I apologize, but I'm getting it to y'all now before I go any further. Speaking of C2E2, listen, I'm at this dope ass apparel company. It's called RELISH. It's a Chicago style brand. They take Chicago icons and items. So this is a picture of the lion in front of the Art Institute of Chicago, and they do it all Chicago style in some dope clothing. I got a Hawk shirt that's done like the Misfits logo. You see the RELISH hat and so much more, man. I encourage you all to go check out RELISH brand on Twitter and Instagram, _RELISH_brand. Yo, check them out. Tell them Jay Washington sent you. They got some dope shit. And listen, I know you're thinking like, well, Jay, they probably just give you stuff. No, I bought my product. You know what I'm saying? I supported my Chicago businesses because I was home, and there's a lot of chances I don't get stuff anywhere else, and so I wanted to support them. So if you have product that you want me to support and plug out here, and people have been getting stuff from other people, and I'm always humbled and grateful to use my platform, no matter how big or small it may be, to get other people aware about products that need to be talked about, okay? So let's get into the episode, man. Why is everybody starting out with video testimonials? You know what I'm saying? What is the confessional booth thing going on? It's been an ongoing pattern. I'm not knocking it, but it's just been weird. Episodes have continually had this video testimonial. You've had Gamby with its, well, or not even video testimonials, what seems like a testimonial, shall I say. You had Gamby talking to Jace last episode. You've had Jeff giving his thing to Gamby over the phone. And now you have Gravedigger telling his story and giving his origin story. And I think this was done very well. This is a twist on the character, but the way they did it, the way they talked about him being a black man in the war and facing the racism, and how he wants to just basically uplift and liberate other metas, and how he got his name Gravedigger. They had him doing the job of digging graves, and so now he makes sure all his enemies get a proper burial. I thought all of that in itself was very cerebral. And again, it is something about seeing Wayne Brady in a different light that I'm appreciating because of this. To see Wayne Brady as a villain, I love it. Now, I know we're used to seeing comedic acting Wayne Brady. We've seen Wayne Brady in some serious situations, but to be a superhero villain, it has now become the thing for a lot of Hollywood actors and actresses to want to become part of a superhero franchise. Now, for some, it is an actual love of them. For others, it's the fame and fortune, per se, that come along with. Me, be honest, I do both. You all know me as a big comic book nerd. Yo, everybody back home in Chicago was like, Jay, what you here for? Oh, yeah, C2E2 is in town. Everybody knows how much I'm a nerd. Everybody knows how much I love this show, how much I love Arrow, how much I love The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl even, you know, and don't get me wrong, whether it's just DC shows, Marvel movies, DC movies, I would love to be involved in one, especially as a supervillain. But to show that Wayne Brady is taking a passion to this, and the way he's giving us his character speaks volumes. How he called some metas who may not want to be with him Uncle Toms, I was like, yo, the fact he's done that. Now, I don't know how many of my non-black followers understand this, but when we call a lot of black people who tend to not do anything black, but just do things we consider super white that are disparaging to black people, we call them Uncle Toms. They would rather take a non-black person's side of a black person over an issue that's facing black people. Okay, so him to say that, it was really kind of dope. The fact that Jace and Lynn discovered that Gravedigger can juice himself all the way up. Like, he's about to take the meta-steroid cocktail. He's about to take what Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGuire took together and what also caused Sammy Sosa to lose his skin color. He finna be stronger than that thing. He finna be so strong, his yes-ands and improv is gonna be strong. Do you understand how strong that is when you're yes-and? You can zip, zap, zop from a distance away. Wayne Brady's gonna be phenomenal. And again, I wrote a scene that I know we're coming up on the season finale, right? And I wish there was a scene that we could have gotten. And this is the scene that I personally wanted. This is how I wrote it up. I put it on Twitter and Facebook. Exterior, Freeland streets, night. The Meta Markovian army has taken over to the streets. They've taken siege. They've begun to cause all type of death and destruction. There is fire. There's just ravaging. People are running and screaming. Gravedigger appears out of the shadows to survey the damage. He smiles upon approval. And while he is smiling, he locks eyes with a resident of Freeland. And the male Freeland, in shock and disbelief, goes, "Oh shit, it's Wayne Brady's son." That's all I need. That's all I need. But, it's not going to happen. Gamby tells Jeff that if him and the team, the outsiders, if they can't stop Gravedigger, that the U.S. government's contingency plan will be to nuke Freeland. I think it's rather crazy that every time something goes down, in no matter what scenario, the government's contingency plan always is nuke something. It's a common trope in television. Now, I bring that up because sometimes with this show, others, even movies, it's the easiest way to say to deal with something, and it probably actually is the government way, but I think you want to challenge viewers a little more and do something a little bit different. I think you want to add a little bit more and a little bit extra to help develop it, but that's cool. It was dope. We also saw Khalil leaving, because remember, he said he was going to leave. He can't control Painkiller. He's walking, and the Markovian soldiers approach him, and they start whooping his ass until Painkiller is released from his firewall and helps him defeat them. Now, I'm assuming we're seeing, because Painkiller told him he's always been here as far as helping the Rage and everything, and I know a lot of people may have gotten confused, was like, wait, what are you talking about? He's a program. I think that personality that's within Khalil is Painkiller. There is a program for Painkiller, but there is a personality. We all have that, in a sense. We all have that other person inside of us we tap into to do great and extraordinary things. Remember, Beyonce told everybody she has Sasha Fierce. And so I think we're going to figure out that now he's going to utilize Painkiller so the way Bruce Banner utilizes the Hulk. He can control it, turn it on and off. Now, it is the conflict of, will Painkiller still try to kill the Pierce family? Something has to come from that, because I don't think we're going to have... He can't be the bad guy. We've gone from him being the bad guy to potentially being the savior now, because that's where it seems like this is going, given the fact this is the penultimate episode. I am glad to God I gave thanks to the heavens, praise to the sky, and I figure they've been listening to your boy. They put Brandon's hair in a ponytail. Somebody's been listening to me every week when I talk about these, whether it's been on this one, I think, was he in last season? Doesn't matter. All I know is somebody heard and was like, the biggest thing is Jay has been like, can we get Brandon a ponytail? Because it don't look right trying to fight crime with beautiful, luxurious, bouncing hair that's flowing all around. Like, he ain't worried about violence. He ain't worried about metas. He ain't worried about Dr. Jace. He's worried about split ends. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm glad we got to see that finally. I was like, oh, thank Jesus. I get the young brother Jakeem Guillory is working in this, and I'm very happy to have a role. There's just something I don't connect. And I don't say that in regard to, I know who Geo-Force is from the comics. I know who Geo-Force is from Young Justice. But it's just something, the portrayal of this, I think it's being done. I think there's doing too much. Because I'm an actor too. I think there's doing too much to try to get this across. I understand I understand the emotion and everything the character's supposed to have, but I think he's doing a little bit too much. There's moments in Black Lightning where you get two characters together and the magic they create is just classic. There's moments you have where you're like, you can't get this energy anywhere else. And that moment in the car with Agent Odell and Lady Eve just shows you how great of actors both Bill Duke and Jill Scott are. The emotion just sit there, and to find out that Odell knows way more. Again, we always knew that Odell, being the dude he is with the ASA, has known so many things, but to go as deep as to know about her being on the shadow board, him to help her get back on the streets. It always says the government is entrenched in dirty shit as well, and agencies of the government, and so it's not that surprising. We also have figured out, this is something later, Lala's Pimp of the Week outfit. Look, it's stylish as hell. I mean, the brother looked fly. You know what I'm saying? They make sure he's suited and booted. But again, this is week 3 of the car wash pimp now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, y'all was like, man, we need to keep this brother looking flash. All he needs is some that type of music, and I'm good with that. You find out that Gravedigger is actually Jeff's great uncle, which I like the twist. And the explanation for the twist makes sense. How Lynn said that makes sense why Jefferson, Jen, and Anissa are stable metas, because their genes are derivative from the original meta. It only makes sense how Tobias needs to take the serum to stay youthful and everything. Everybody else that's metas, there are different things that it's contingent upon. And again, this may be actual the way it was meant to be, or this could be a result of crisis. Remember, we're talking about a brand new universe and everything. And I know people keep bringing up, well, if this Gravedigger Markovian threat is so serious, why aren't the other heroes there? You got to remember, this show was written to be the way it is. And yes, it's going to reference crisis and some things, but I don't think that's going to mean that we're going to continually get other heroes all the time. We'll have to see what season 4 brings of this show for that. I love the way TC shot his shot, man. Yo, shouts out to TC. Tell Erica, look, man, I'm going to die. I ain't never kissed a girl before. You know what I'm saying? That's just horrible in my life. And Erica looked at him and was like, did you really just try to shoot your shot like that? Because that's basically what that is. That's what that is. Him trying to shoot his shot, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? It eventually worked. Greater, she was like, she'd give him another one. Fellas, you ever shot your shot like that? Like, man, I came all the way over here, man, just hoping for the first time to feel the comfort of a warm body, you know what I'm saying, pressed against mine and know what love feels like. Like, I didn't want sex. I wanted to make passionate, bittersweet love, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, like Butter Baby, like Next Song from 99, you know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. And then she was like, really? And you like, yeah. And then y'all start doing it, and she was like, okay, well, you can go now. And now you like, well, wait. I didn't want it just to be once. I feel like I'm telling one of my own tales, so we're going to keep moving. The main thing in this whole big story is the fact that Anissa and Grace are now engaged. Now, I like how we did pull away from the wedding actually happening because the Markovian invasion led by Gravedigger actually took flight. I think that's going to be one of the final scenes unless they do the unfortunate thing of having Grace get killed. Now, I bring that up, and I know somebody like, yo, why are you saying this, Jay? They have not openly said yet. Now, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I haven't heard a lot. That Chantal Tui, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, and I apologize, has not been renewed as a series regular yet for season 4. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if she'll still be a recurring cast member or what are they going to do. But if they haven't announced anything, that can let you know that members are going to die, unfortunately. Everyone's not going to be around going forward. There will be metas we probably just won't see anymore. And yes, it would be beautiful to see the ending of season 3 with the wedding of Anissa and Grace. That would be the happily ever after. However, I don't know if they're going to leave us like that on this next episode or leave us to where something leads into season 4. Because that's how you should do. That's how they're doing with these shows. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Jen trying to go off and be the hero to fight Gravedigger. Listen, I understand what the character's supposed to be. And yes, she's a teenager, so that works perfectly. And as a viewer, sometimes I watch and I'm like, yo, sit your ass down somewhere. But it's a good thing. It does what it's supposed to do for me. And I'm wondering if it does it for you all as well. The fact that she is like headstrong, like, I can do this. I know how powerful I am. You need me. And so she ends up being defeated. And whoever shot the cinematographer for that very last scene in which we saw after Black Lightning swooped in to make sure that Jen was okay and restarted her heart, and his face off with Gravedigger, there was something about the way that scene was shot, the look of it, that just encapsulated me. And I'm using bigger words and getting serious now. You know what I'm saying? I threw my hands together. It encapsulated me because it just had that cinematic feel. It had this big giant culmination, this clash, and it was the way it felt and it looked, and for them to run into each other and then fade to black has me more pumped up for the season finale than I've been in a minute. And I want to know what you all think about that as well, all right? So let me know your thoughts about the penultimate episode of Black Lightning in the comments below. And make sure you like, subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification bell when you go ahead and find out I'm dropping new videos, all right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. It's spelled right there. there. Join the Supervillain Squad on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. All right. Check out the Mad Titan podcast everywhere you get your podcast. Listen on. I get you caught up in everything that is happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds. So come on in the convo. Episode 52 was done from my hometown in Chicago, live at C2E2. So come check that out. Also, make sure you will follow myself and Winston A. Marshall on our Blurs in the Hood Facebook page. That's BLERDS, the letter N, THEHOOD. And that's on Blurs in the Hood Facebook and on YouTube. All right. I will holler at you guys next week for the season finale. Take care. I'm out of here. Bye.